We're going to be starting out here. I believe this is our first Strongholds that we're going to see at least today on the broadcast. So I'm excited for us to see what's going to happen on Recharge. And then we go to Streets for the Slayer. And I think it's going to be interesting because the final map is a CTF where Chiefs are so dominant.
Yeah, the Strongholds is a game type that's a real favourite of mine. We saw at the start of the broadcast when we talked about how the Chiefs went over in Raleigh against Bing Chilling, and that game they're able to just turn around out of nowhere where, you know, you can look like you're getting dominated, but if you can start holding just 2 of those Strongholds at least for a while, your score starts racking up. The other team's not going anywhere despite the kills they might be getting, so you can see those really crazy turnarounds, similar to what we saw in Oddball with Malicious in that first series that we streamed today as well. That's the beauty of objectives, that they can turn on a dime.
Yeah, and it's all about just making sure that you can keep your head strong even in those dire straits. You know, you've seen a lot of people be able to, you know, mentally fall off in some of those games that don't look all too won, but being able to have the mental fortitude, much like, you know, as you said, Hoots, with the Chiefs being able to pull back some of those insane victories they were able to do in Raleigh, really goes to show that in a series here against Divine Mind, Justin, Chiefs have probably got all the pressure off their back. You know, they're coming into this winners final, they're playing up against a Divine Mind squad that's got some fresh new faces in it, and they're probably feeling pretty confident to be able to take this one out easily.
Hey, but listen, if that's their mentality, they're going in confident and relaxed, that's not going to make them a better squad. They've got to be hammering against them like their tournament lives depend on it. Yes, it does. But the thing is that if they play differently against teams back home, then they're not going to be ready when they go back overseas. So I'm looking for the Chiefs to just hammer Divine Minds as hard as they can, because if they don't play the same way that they would be trying to play against the top NA squad, they're just never going to take games off them, and that's the thing. I'm looking for a dominant performance from the Chiefs, because Divine Mind, they've had a roster shake-up, and the Chiefs, they've pretty much got their entire lineup. They're hot from NA, and boys, it's time to shine and just show, hey, boys, just remember, we're the best in the region, and time to prove it.
Yeah, so you're more wanting them to come in and play like this is their Raleigh winners bracket final rather than their pro series. Okay, I like that. I like that.
They've got to go in. They've got to go in hard. This is not practice day. This is tournament day. Game face is on.
Yeah, I do like that kind of mentality to be able to make sure that every single series is as important as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into our winners bracket final. We got the Chiefs and Divine Mind going head-to-head here on Recharge. So we'll see you guys after this.
Thanks, Luke. And yeah, well, that's right. We are heading into Strongholds here, and we saw in previous gameplay on this map just the amazing amount of things you can do with the abilities in terms of using the repulsor to be able to jump up from one level to another. Likewise with the grapple. The grapple, I guess, maybe not as important in terms of objective, because we're not looking to actually pick up an objective. We're just looking to hold certain positions on the map. But we are jumping on board with Flex. Picks up a nice kill there. Praties picking up 2 at the start as well. And we are going to have Divine Mind almost all 3 down off the rip. Camo in the hands of Flex. And so, Justin, it looks like Divine Mind, the Chiefs, sorry, have kicked off this map perfectly, really getting set up, and we are seeing they're about to pick up what looks like some time here. Unfortunately, though, it looks like no, the camo is still in their hands, but Divine Mind are the ones who are actually racking up a bit of time. So they're doing all that slaying, but now, sorry, we do see Chiefs starting to flip. So there was a bit of back and forth there. It was a bit confusing to watch, but Chiefs looking like they're now going to have a 3 cap and start to put that scoreboard pressure on really early.
Yeah, and I'm on board with FlexRainZ right now with that. Camo is really been utilizing it well. 3-stack Strongholds for the Chiefs right now, putting on points onto the board. Divine Mind a little bit slow off the start. 2 kills in the kill feed. Second player does go down. Look at that. FlexRainZ is a bit of a long throw, but he does eventually fall off the map there, Hoots, and Praties with that shock rifle, one of your favorite guns.
Yeah, the Slayz are really starting to kick in early for Chiefs. You can see it's BZIIRK on Divine Mind's the only one who's actually started to put some kills on the board, but Chiefs are really starting to pick up strong here. Praties and Barcode, as you'd expect, putting in a lot of heavy Slayz while they're trying to hold down these positions, and a bit of a break in scoring while we do have Divine Mind starting to rack up a couple of points, but this Praties using this shock rifle just really effectively, and just hanging low a little bit, Justin, just waiting for his teammates to come back and maybe start to make a push in on this A, because that's the point where we currently have Divine Mind capturing.
Yeah, and look at that. Divine Mind about to capture the triple cap. Might be short-lived. No, they managed to get the reset. And look at that. Divine Mind there poised up to put some points onto the board. Praties does go down. Now on board with Barcode with that tasty lime green skin. Yeah, it's pretty hot today. I could go with a nice lime drink at the moment. Hooters, and he's putting some nice shots down there. Putting in a lot of pressure here. Repulses him straight off the bat. And I love the little one tap of the BR. He's just like, you know, one burst in him. See ya, mate. You're off the map, Hoots. It's fantastic.
But that whole time we were talking, Divine Mind had a triple cap. So, you know, we do have Barcode here managing to capture this C point, but Divine Mind's going to keep scoring while they're holding these other 2 points at A and B. So that triple cap, when you got that, Justin, your score just starts to rocket up super fast. And we did see the Chiefs were dominating at the start, but with that triple cap, they've now managed to pull out a lead. And we are finally going to see, it looks like Chiefs start to swing this back and potentially take a triple cap of their own, although C is being contested. So a big amount of toing and froing in this. We normally see a bit of a jump between who's able to hold down 2, but we don't normally see both teams being able to establish triple caps that early on in the game.
No, and maybe it's just down to each team is utilizing the opportunities that they're getting. Like a team gets their setup, then the other team comes in, they get their picks, they break the setup, and then they take control right away. Both teams kind of just demonstrating they understand how the games works and not letting those opportunities go to waste. And Praties, with that shock rifle again, doesn't connect with the one shot, does get the cleanup. He does go down, sniffing that player out. I'm not sure he should have given up in his position there, getting the trade. Now on board with Dannte, flashing shields, and the Chiefs now putting more points onto the board. It's pretty much even at the moment, Hoots. It's anybody's game at this point. Dannte patiently waiting to make a push into the next area, and A is being held down pretty heavily by Divine Mind. Dannte putting some shots across the map there. He's got that Mangler, which is so dangerous up close, Hoots.
Yeah, Divine Mind just really trying to hold on to that A as much as they can. There were several pushes coming from the Chiefs, and they were pulling back occasionally when they were taking shots, but that A point now is in the hands of Chief. Meanwhile, C flips over. So, look, regardless for the Chiefs, they're just going to keep scoring, and it looks like Divine Mind sort of stuck in this hallway here, and Barcode using that repulsor and melee combo really well. He's on 10 kills, so he started to take a real swing at this Divine Mind squad, putting these Slayz out on the board, keeping them away. And look at that just follow up there from Barcode. I don't think he wasn't able to finish that kill, but gee, he got pretty damn close.
He sure did, and that's the difference maker with a player like him. It's just such a frustrating kill to get, and every second, every little movement he utilizes to do work for his team. Now on board with Pip, we haven't had any screen time from him just yet. He does pick up one onto Beastn, comes in the bait and switch with Barcode, sniffing out the other player, finds himself Dannte, putting in some shots there. They're desperately trying to capture this C hill, and look at that 3 stacking from the Chief boys, pushing that other player back, and they secure that with ease. And the rotation coming through, Hoots. I love this, Pipz. He's got that hill, and they're already thinking about taking even more of the map. Couple of bursts into Dannte there, not able to save his teammate's life, and there he goes rotating through, thinking about this B hill, making sure that he cleans out all the players before he commits to it. Slayz there puts him down into shields, but he gets called out and put down himself there, Hoots.
Yeah, I didn't mind Divine Mind's push back at that C side. They knew they were going to lose it, and so they pushed all the way back and moved into B and captured that instead. So whilst they did give up the C stronghold, they were able to take the B and still maintain 2 holds and keep the score going. That being said, we do now have Chiefs 2 caps, and they're starting to keep that score ratcheting up. But look, it's by no means a blowout yet, and we do have Dannte just peeking around these crates here, managing to drop Praties, but he's dropped down soon after. I think we have had a disconnect here from Chiefs, so we will keep playing and see if we can get a reconnect as we go along. But this is a time for Divine Mind to see if they can start to rack up a bit of time here, and we do see they have 2 strongholds in possession, so their score is going to start to rack up. Meanwhile, we do see a fight on this A side, and Divine Mind's going to look to capture that. Unfortunately, they're dropped, so look, Chiefs are doing a good effort of holding in on this while they are a man down. Divine Mind really needs to try and capture on this while they can.
Yeah, and you know what? I was banging on it about it before, maybe a bit of tough love for the Chiefs, but they're a player down, but time to prove that they're the best team in the region. You know, they're a player down, but that doesn't matter. They've still got a game to win. So Divine Mind are definitely having the advantage here, but the Chiefs, they can still win this game if they put all their eggs in the right basket and get it through the checkout. And now we're on board with Beastn, the COD monster, putting in some nice shots, responding to the damage that he was getting and backing that player off with the help of his teammate lane. FlexRainZ desperately trying to keep Beastn at bay. Perfect kill from Beastn. Comes in for that reset on C. And look at that triple cap for Divine Mind, taking full advantage of that lag out. And we've seen the score switch over in favor of Divine Mind, Hoots.
Yeah, this is going to be hard for Chiefs, and it definitely is frustrating for them being a man down and knowing that, you know, that's the reason right now why this score is flipped. And look, they can try their hardest to take one capture point away, but unfortunately it's going to be hard to get through. That being said, they do look like they're in position to take B, so not a bad effort to actually start to reverse this, bring that score back. We are getting into the business end as well right now, but you know, Chiefs doing a good effort of managing to hold this for a little bit and bring this score back. And you know, we're getting close to a tie game again. We do see Divine Mind starting to move in on that B point and take it. They are actually dropped though, so they're not able to hold it, but A will swap and B. We are just seeing a bit of a change of roles here right now as different teams are moving into different points that they weren't previously capturing, but it's going to mean that Divine Mind end up coming on top and they're able to start scoring, Justin, and you know, they're closing in on that 250 gap.
Yeah, and I've just had Cortana in my ear, folks, and Pipz has not lagged out. It's just a glitch on the observer mode, so it is 4v4 at the moment. Divine Mind mounting a massive comeback all on their own, so we have a bit of a game on our hands here. Sorry about casting, there was a lag out there, folks, but it is 4v4 at the moment. Divine Mind doing all the work all by themselves, and look at this. The score is neck and neck, Hoots. We've got ourselves a series.
God, I feel like an idiot for just pretty much crapping all over the Divine Mind's efforts in trying to, you know, get a bit of a lead and them not being able to do it. This is a fantastic turnaround. Pip's name has been appearing in the kill feed, I've just noticed, so apologies for that. So all credit to Divine Mind for being able to bring this back. We do have Chiefs taking a bit of a lead now, but not too much. And as we say, this Divine Mind putting in that second cap on B. We do have a camera in the hands of Praties though. He's starting to push in on BZIIRK and he's going to look to clear him out. BZIIRK doing a great effort of staying alive, and he's just going to try and stay alive as long as he can while his teammates move in. He does get dropped, but we do have Praties 0 shields and is dropped, so great effort to at least neutralize that camo out of there, which is becoming really crucial in this last few moments of the games. Divine Mind with 2 caps, starting to score and now taking the lead, Justin. Or just as I say that though, this is going to be a flip over as Barcode neutralizes that hill and he's going to capture C. So the Chiefs, this is going back and forth, Justin. It's kind of hard to know where to watch.
Yeah, it's going to get frantic in a minute here, Hoots. I hope you're ready. And we have Barcode here trying to get himself a kill, does trade out. Scoreline is pretty much even. It may as well be. FlexRainZ being very patient here, jumping into the hill, putting some shots down across map, trying to cut off as many angles as he can. He's really just trying to get this hill down. He's in a very vulnerable spot. They all know that he's there. The cleanup grenades come through, but FlexRainZ managing to stay alive. Fantastic stuff from him. And look at this, getting the rotation ready. And Slayz did know that he was there. He sniffed him out, and FlexRainZ rotating away, valuing his life at this point. It's all about staying alive. You can't give up kills. And who's going to win this 1v1? Slayz managing to take him down and taking control of his gold area. Beastn below him managing to secure the B hill. And another one for Slayz as he picks up Praties. Above him. Triple cap for Divine Mind. Are they going to be able to put it into the bag? And, you know, Divine Mind, they're here to play.
Yeah, look, we'll mention again for those who might have just joined us, it may look like it's a 3v4. It's just a visual bug in the observer mode. It is actually a 4v4. So we do have even teams here right now. Divine Mind bringing this back, and they're now about to take the lead, Justin. So we're 25 seconds pretty much each for both teams. Divine Mind scoring, and this can be over relatively quickly. Chiefs need to make a move and take one of these strongholds out, but the Slayz are coming in. Divine Mind looks like they're up in terms of 3 to what I assume is 3 to 2 or 3 to 1. So this is almost over, Justin. This has been an incredible turnaround. They're going to finish it with a triple cap as well.
Triple caps coming in. I'm going to call this one done and dusted, but I've been surprised before, and it does look like Divine Mind. They managed to bring things back and take over that game and beat them in a nail-biter, Hoots. You know, Divine Mind, they're here to play. We, you know, maybe didn't give them enough credit in the pre-game when we were talking up the Chiefs, and here we are. Divine Mind, they've turned up and taken full advantage of that first series, and momentum might be able to carry them into a next map win.
And so what do you do if you're Chiefs now? You know, you're a game down. It's a position where they haven't really been in yet. They've 2-0'd everyone so far in the tournament, but now they come up a game down, knowing they need to win this to stay alive in this round. And we move on to a Slay game. We did see at Raleigh, Pipz in particular, just going off with the Bulldog shotgun on the main stage here. So that's something I'm going to keep my eye on. Is he going to be the one who's going for that all the time? He seems to have it down pretty perfectly. The shotgun, you know, functions a little bit differently in Infinite compared to what it has in previous games, but we are are starting with FlexRainZ, making a move through to this shoddy, and he's going to chuck that drop shield in and grab it for himself. So, you know, the new guy on the team, taking Pipz' favourite weapon. I don't know, Justin, how's that going to go down with Pipz, do you reckon?
We'll see. If he puts down the numbers, I think he'll be comfortable with it. And look at that, a lot of players in the respawn screen. Yeah, it's a double kill, you know, not a bad start for the old Bullfrog start there. And Bulldog, sorry, been playing a little bit too much of a different game. And finds himself BZIIRK as well. Dream start for FlexRainZ, putting on numbers on the board, 5-3 at the moment. And look at that, he's killed so many players, he doesn't know what to do next.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just be wondering where is everyone, but no, he's in a great flank here on Dannte, throwing nades into the arcade. But he has got 3 players right in front of him, but this is a perfect nade here, I think it looks like. And with this shoddy, you know, the splash damage you get from the nades and the shoddy combined, you can really put a lot of work in, combined with the thrusters. And unfortunately taken down then. I thought he had him dead to rights, but Slayz is able to drop him. But, you know, that shoddy, we've seen, amongst the ANZ community at least, that is a real favourite on this map, where players feel like they can just run around, given there are so many tight corners on streets, to be able to run around corners and just start spraying with that shoddy and doing a lot of damage while your teammates come in and clean up.
Yeah, and just maybe a little bit too aggressive. It was very thirsty for those kills. Barcode going down there, and Slayz completely even at the moment. We saw that little bit of a hot start, but it doesn't matter. Tied up on the scoreboard. Now on board with Pipz, trying to find some angles here. A player comes out of nowhere, but he manages to get that kill with a little bit of help from Barcode. Pipz desperately trying to stay alive, and that was a bit strange. It was a bit delayed, and then he just got taken out. Dannte with the push, plenty of shields left, does run into a grenade, opting to rotate around to a different angle. I like this play here, going, you know what, I'm no shields, I'm not going to be pushing that player, I'll wait for help, I'll wait for my shields, and then I'll try again. And here he is trying to find a player. He does shoot a barrel, gets Pipz, easy cleanup for him. Challenging FlexRainZ, a little bit of a windmill there, and he's running into the grenade central, slides straight past of him, and he turns around and just finds a player at his back hoots.
Yeah, and so Chiefs have been able to set up while all that was going on and grab these rockets, and they're holding around A side. Barcode here just hanging around the Bulldog spawn as well. So a bit of pace taken out. BZIIRK is right below him there. He doesn't know that manages to survive, and so not a bad effort because Barcode has to waste that second rocket. A bit unfortunate. I thought that'd almost be a guaranteed kill. The rockets, they act a little strangely in Infinite, Justin. I don't know if you found the same thing.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I never miss with anything ever. No, I hear what you're saying. It can be a little bit unfortunate sometimes with those rockets, and I guess that's why the Bulldog has become so dominant on this map, because it's consistent with those kills. And look at that, he's trying to stay alive and just milking as much time as he can. Scoreline is completely even right now, and look, Beastn with 6 and 4 top scoring for his squad right now. Slayz putting in some more damage there. Does get shot in the side. He does change his angles, trying to find a second. FlexRainZ trying to get away here. He does. Shields are flashing, and look at that help from Pipz sliding in. Full choling for his teammate here. He does get the cleanup as well. And look at that. Slayz was putting down shots on other players and all that kind of stuff, but couldn't secure a kill. And Pipz coming in with the cleanup. Now on board with BZIIRK. Some cross-map shots there, trying to secure the kill. He doesn't manage to get it. And he has that commando in his back pocket as well. But an up-close monster. Scoreline completely even, Hoots. We've got ourselves a series.
Yeah, so BZIIRK's just anchoring here, looking across. He knows the Barcode, very smart by Barcode, actually. Tries to find him out, and unfortunately, gone with the Sentinel beam when he did the damage, but just the BR too strong from BZIIRK with a bit of help from his teammates. But I love that anchor position there, looking completely down the line, all the way through to the cafe while his team starts pushing through. So making sure that if anyone does push up through rockets and try and flank behind him, he can call them out. So he played that perfectly, managed to stay alive, unlucky for Barcode. But we are seeing here Divine Mind now in a bit of a lead, and we have rockets in the hands of Beastn. So he's going to push in through the alleyway up here past Pizza and into the arcade with rockets, stacking through with his team. Probably should spread out a little bit with these rockets. He doesn't want to get any team damage. He wants to be able to pull that trigger as soon as he needs to, but he's in a bit of an interesting position here. Just going to sound things out and probably look to hold for a bit, Justin, with these rockets, taking it a little bit slowly.
Yeah, the other, you know, with those rockets, you have the power. You control the pace of the game. They can push you. You can push them. And it does look like he's opting to hold this angle. Does shoot a rocket out. Doesn't manage to connect on anything. Flashing shields. He's desperately trying to stay alive. He has got the health, so he can maintain this position. And still they're in control of this area on the map, opting to rotate through. Is he going to be able to connect on those rockets? He does. And that's 2 kills in favor of Divine Mind. Time for a push and collapse on the last players. But it does look like they're a little bit split, Hoots, but it doesn't matter. They've got themselves a 6-kill lead.
Yeah, 6-kill lead. Barcode would feel a bit shortchanged with that rocket that Beastn just got then, because it didn't look like it was as accurate as Barcode's one, but he still got the kill with it. So Beastn, I'm loving this route, getting right up behind FlexRainZ here. He's got 2 players in perfect shot selection there. This is just fantastic play to watch, Justin. The choice to then quickly turn, knowing someone's there, I'll take that kill and then I'll go for the fight. But the use of the thrusters, we've just seen the whole time how he's been using these so perfectly, knows exactly when to hit it, jump over across, lose a little bit of that auto aim for the enemy, and he's just on a bit of a tear now. And look at this, they've now jumped out by 9 kills, and they're counting 10, 11 now, and just this team is just absolutely swarmy. The Chiefs don't really know where to go, it looks, Justin.
I love that. Just team coordination, like a pack of velociraptors, just pouncing on their prey, their perfect communication. And when you have a player like Beastn opening up the map for his teammates, they're just able to move around and collapse on those players so easily. And look at that scoreline. It's really starting to blow out. But Barcode responding the best he can, managing to find 1 kill, gets the second onto BZIIRK there, flashing shields. The rocket launchers there as well. And look at this. Is this going to be the key for them to get back into the game? Doesn't connect on that first rocket, uses the second, does secure the kill, but not the kills that you need with those rockets. They're not really utilizing that into a collapse and a rotation of Slayz hoots. There's still 10 kills down.
Nah, Barcode sort of picked them up when everything was going a bit frantic, and so he sort of felt, I think, well, I'd rather just start to use them and, as opposed to give them up to the other team. But, you know, that 10-kill gap and rockets would have been so handy to try and reduce that a little bit. So, you know, again, we speak about this, but Chiefs need to be really careful here. They can't be taking any trades. They're starting to peg a few back now, but Divine Minded, nice and set up around this PD area, and they're just looking all the way down through Arcade and Pizza here. And this is going to be, we're going to see again BZIIRK just holding this anchor, and look, he's got Dannte right over him. They've got this whole side of the map here covered. Chiefs are going to have to come to them at some point, you'd think, and so they're just going to hold that down, because time, you know, eventually they're going to have to start making a move.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about it slowing down. Divine Minds, they had so much momentum, Hoots, and they've slowed things down a little bit. They've gone, you know, boys, we can just hold our setups and, you know, get our trades and take away the game, but is that going to be the opportunity that Chiefs needs to bring it in? It's certainly not over just yet. Scoreline is 7 kills the difference. Now, Slayz trying to find some angles, hasn't taken any damage just yet, being very patient, and things have slowed down considerably. Are they giving Chiefs the breather that they need to coordinate? Wow, things are just completely at a standstill, and it was so frantic before, Hoots, and Barcode trying to find those players. He's got that shotty in hand, trying to find all the little sneaky angles. He can't have a player hiding in a corner. He's got to sort them out. And here comes Slayz with a nice easy kill. Gets a bit of a ghost melee. It doesn't matter. He gets the cleanup anyway. Barcode flashing shields, desperately trying to stay alive. He's got that drop wall. Another player there, second for him as well. Barcode turning up for his squad, 17 kills, desperately trying to bring this lead down, and it's only 4 kills the difference now, Hoots. It was 10 before. What's going on?
Yeah, this has come back. Barcode's played this super conservatively, but using that shotgun perfectly under drop wall. We are saying, I think, was that rockets just there? So it's only a 1-kill gap now, Justin. So this has changed completely. Barcode's really been going hard for his team. 18 kills now, and we do have FlexRainZ now setting up here in the tram area, but I think we're going to see the pace probably drop out of this quite a bit. We do have a push here coming from the Chiefs through the arcade area, but right now it seems that each team's trying different angles to start moving up, but isn't really wanting to commit to anything. Barcode's favoring this Sentinel beam again. Have to be super accurate with it. He's able to drop a few shields. Beastn there poking his head out. Barcode's in a bit of a difficult position here. He's got a lot of enemies around him. Sentinel beam perfectly. Goes for the double. Gets the trade. So they now are still 1 kill down, though. 3 kills to go. Justin, you can take it from here. I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, it's only 1-kill game. It was 10 or 12 points the difference right now, and the Chiefs have brought it right back. And here's Pipz. He has that shot. We saw what he could do within a rally. Only getting the trade. It's 49-48 right now. Barcode desperately trying to stay alive. He's got to get his shields back. He's in big trouble, but he's trying to put down as much damage as he can. 49-49. Barcode. He's hiding in the corner there. This next kill is going to decide it. If Divine Mind manages to take it, Chiefs is going to be out. Oh my God. Hooters. What is going to happen here? What a comeback from the Chiefs.
So it looks like Divine Mind are looking to make a push through here, and just as that Barcode turns his back on them, so they're able to get through without taking any shots, and we see fires. Shots are going up, but no one's actually able to die. So we did see Divine Mind, a couple guys putting shots in, and some Chiefs guys taking damage through the indicators on the screen, but this is just an absolute stalemate with 2 minutes to go. BZIIRK's just holding back at that tram area. Barcode's got him a few shots. BZIIRK has to push back. So are we going to see Rockets pop, and could this be a difference? Rockets up in 5 seconds. Is anyone going to have the guts to really make a move for it, Justin? Is Barcode going
those
for
rockets are bait, Hoots. They're bait. It's a trap. Don't go for the rockets, boys. You got to just watch the angle, but the first team that pounces for it, they're going to die. And Barcode, he has got that bulldog in his back pocket. He's the player to watch right now. He can get that next one. They're all targeting BZIIRK. Barcode desperately trying to stay alive. He does manage to scamper around the corner long enough to get his shields back, and Pipz a little bit weak himself, and Barcode, Pipz here really wanting a player to push out. And look at that, Slayz gets a final kill. 2-0 to the Chiefs.
I could not even tell. I saw a rocket come out, but I saw Barcode pushing as well with the shotty, and I thought, has he got the kill? It was just, wow. Luke, take it. I don't know.